yeah, no.
I guess
Based.
Marcella isn't voting
Mike, I
anyone.
He's
Yeah,
not
you want to
voting
know?
down your
You want to
side.
know
Mike,
what? You want to know
Mike.
something?
From Argentina aren't allowed to
I don't
vote.
need your vote. You're from Argentina.
You want to know something?
Brazil is better.
I'm from Brazil.
Okay,
So get
order in
fucked.
Brazil is
order in
better.
report. Let's
Yeah,
get on to our first
Brazil.
question.
Okay, go ahead, Rob.
Okay, so this might have been touched on earlier, but about 6A6K events.
Hmm.
We have had multiple types of events in the past, and I would like to ask each candidate, what event that we haven't done before would you like to have every year?
Easter.
I've done an
You know-
Easter event actually, Mike. I
I
hosted it.
think it would be
We've done multiple Easter
amazing.
events.
Well, not
If-
a big one, no.
I think it would be a great time in history to use the anniversary of the 4v1 from 2017 as not just a celebration of the Demon War, but as a celebration for all of 6A6A history. The birthday event is a great event to celebrate the years that we spent on 6A6K, but we don't typically touch on the history of it a lot. We simply touch on how 6K has grown another year, and I think that if we held an event to celebrate specifically the history that we've gone through all these years, I think that would be a fantastic event to hold, and to have it on what I'd say is a very popular and influential time period, which would be the 4v1 in December.
I think that we should like go back to what we did in the old days and have like a community
I was
base
about to
together,
suggest the same. Yes.
and
like-
we just all come together for like, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks, and we just build just
A
a
base at
massive
spawn.
base near spawn and
at spawn.
at spawn. Yeah. And we just go at it and make friends with other new players as well. Just have loads of fun all the time.
So will you expect this base to get griefed like over and over? Or are you gonna make it like that one base on
Probably, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
where they
it's gonna get
stopped
griefed.
building it after it got griefed.
Okay, remember, like, very early in 6A history, even before Nevergreen, like the second part of Nevergreen, New Nevergreen, when we did a spawn base that was up for like 3 days, and then someone, did a bunch of fucking lava casts on top of it.
Yeah, it was
And-
702.
Yeah, obviously it was 702. But something like that would be nice because it would bring the community back together. And even if it does get griefed, that is fine. That is 100% fine. This is anarchy. We are expecting something like that at some point. And even that is gonna keep things interesting. Do you remember what happened when 702 did the lava cast? Everyone was mad and they wanted to throw the guilt or the blame into someone, but no one knew who it was at the time. So, everyone assumed it was Nedro, I believe. And it was funny. Obviously, everyone would assume it was a Nedro. But
I assumed it was 702, but he kept on lying about it until years later when he finally messed up.
Yeah, that was fun. That thing was fun. I really like Sasa's idea of commemorating the anniversary. So, one thing I will say is that if Jay and I end up winning, I am teaming up with Sasa. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, 100%, we're teaming up with Sasa. Because I love the idea of the 4v1 anniversary, and I would like to add on that. How about not only we rebuild Nevergreen to a T, exactly like it was, do a reenactment, and then blow it up
And then
again.
blow it up, yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Fuck
be
yeah.
actually so funny.
Okay, Mike, Danny, do you have anything to say about this topic?
Yes, absolutely.
I
I would
do.
either say that we can celebrate April 7th, which is Good Friday, or we
Well-
can celebrate
well-
fucking November 11th, which is Veterans Day. Or my administration can bring both to the table. Each year, we can bring both to the table, so that way on Veterans Day we can commemorate. Fucking damn it! We can.
What?
Oh, my.
Fuck! I'm having
Is
a
this your
stroke
president,
here.
guys?
I'm having a stroke.
He's dying. Somebody give him CPR.
You said fuck?
Shit!
Damn.
Heck!
Oh,
Anyway, on Veterans Day, we can honor and celebrate those of past wars, forgotten and remembered. And on Good Friday, we can just celebrate and hang out and have a great day on 6A where nothing chaotic goes on and everybody's chill and we just party our asses off until there's the next day.
All
I would
right.
like to.
Yeah,
Hold on,
let's
hold
have
on.
Danny
Okay.
answer and then move on to another
Okay.
question.
All right. So, I think we need to do more PvP events because PvPers are some of the most active people on the server, like or on any server, any Anarchy server. And some PvPers like NVC didn't actually get to attend the last PvP event. So I think we need to have like an annual big PvP event with like the whole server involved.
I agree with that.
I'm sure y'all agree with me.
Don't we already have PvP stations set up at the events already? Every major event has like a PvP.
Yeah, we always do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
but
had
the
one
last
about
PvP
8
event we
weeks
had,
ago.
we had an actual
How would you
reward.
improve upon that type of PvP event?
So the last PvP event.
Wait,
You're
I think
talking
we're
like
here.
money or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Nitro reward.
Oh yeah, I still
was
need to
pretty
edit my
good.
video.
And even I could like provide the Nitro even if we end up doing it. So I think over me.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Hmm.
So I want each person to call out who they think is definitely going to be last place in this election.
Mike,
The Nedrillion Party.
I'm thinking Mike.
Mike.
I'm
Mike.
sorry.
I
The
think it's
Nedrillion Party.
I
Mike,
think
it's Mike.
it's unfair to claim that the Nedrillion Party would be last place in this, simply
I-
because of the points that we've made have been fairly solid and have been complimented by our opponents, especially.
I agree with Sasa here. His party has, surprised me honestly, because I was expecting it to be Mimi because of Nedrill's involvement, but I wasn't expecting all of the good fucking policy that Sasa's been, talking about. It caught
Okay,
me
but I have to
completely.
argue that Sasa is the only one doing work here. The man is literally running alone. Where the fuck
Well,
is Nedrill?
This
Listen,
is true.
listen,
Nedrill has
True.
done
everyone,
amazing for
everyone
20
calm down,
years.
everyone. Nedrill is essentially the poster boy of 6A6K. What is our mascot? If we were to have a mascot, who would it be between? It would either be between Jay or Nedrill. Jay because he creates all of our history, and Nedrill because of his influence and essentially being the first villain of 6A6K. What better way to start the presidency of 6A6K than to have our poster boy, our mascot, be that leader? Even if he's absent, even if he's not running things entirely, Nedrill has been absent before, and he's come back.
Fucking
he
shadow
even-
president.
Shadow
Exactly.
President. He's
Even
basically a
when-
pop bob.
He wasn't as influential as he was with the Church of Nedrill. He was still attempting to make changes to the server. However, his ideals were just misplaced. If we go further with
Speaking
this,
of villains on 6A6K, other than Nedrill, who in your opinion is the second best villain on 6A6K throughout its history?
ADJJ.
ADJJ.
AJJ.
He
I got
caused,
it.
he caused essentially the first collapse of IKEA
Mhm.
accidentally.
Excellently.
He continuously crashed the server. He caused so much conflict on the server
He
while
griefed,
essentially being absent most of the time. He effortlessly became a very hated member in the community. So for that reason, I would
He
Same with
griefed
AJJ.
Alexandria.
AJ.
And don't
easy,
forget
yeah.
to grief Alexandria.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, he griefed Alexandria. Like I have zero, like I keep zero grudges, honestly, about. I keep zero grudges with people, honestly, but like Nedril is obviously undiscussably like the fucking big guy when we talk about 6A
He's a
villains.
big guy villain, but at
Yeah, he's a
least
big guy villain.
Alright.
at least there was
Alright.
something to be respected about with Nedra.
Okay, we need to ask
I
a
don't
better
know.
question that everyone can answer, not just old players.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm sorry, I missed like the first half of the debate, so I might repeat questions that
Yeah.
That's fine.
people might have asked already, but about Spawn. So for about a few months this year, we had like a super fast dupe or a slow dupe, and I noticed that not a whole lot of progress has actually been made on the destruction of Spawn, whether it be expanding its reach or finally destroying all the deep slate that spawned from the Caves and Cliffs update.
I think that's kind of because there's been like a lack of initiative for people.
Okay.
Like we've
So
all
how
been.
will initiative then be drummed up to expand
Well,
the
somebody's
further
just
destruction of
gotta.
Spawn, and how
Well,
big do you
Somebody's just
plan
gotta
to
get
go?
it started.
We
That's
should
what I
make a
think.
spawn creator in the shape of a swastika.
Oh my god.
The question
Okay.
basically is, you're in
Okay.
charge of the next big Spawn incursion. How will you orchestrate it?
I already have an answer to that. I talked about it earlier when it was Jay and
Yeah.
I turned to talk. But basically, when you told me the story that after the 1.19 update, Deep Slate has been plaguing Spawn and making it difficult to grief it, I was touched by that. Quite frankly, I was like, what the fuck? How the hell do we have a Spawn that is not as fucked as it used to be, you know? So the first thing we're gonna have to do, like ASAP, if Jay and I end up winning, is fucking Spawn. We all have to get together. Okay, set our differences aside or not, makes things interesting at the end of the day, and we have to respawn. We're gonna use the same strategies that worked in the past. Withers, obviously, they are fail proof at this point. Even if Deep Slate is basically unexplodable with TNT, they're not gonna survive Withers. And in the past, I have advocated for the expansion of the destruction around the spawn area. Now I don't think that should be the case, because just like the highways that people asked about earlier, I don't think expanding the highways should be the priority. I think maintaining the ones that we have now should be a priority, which is why I think we should
I kinda
maintain the
agree on
destruction
that.
of spawn instead of going and trying to expand very, very, the destruction of spawn very superficially. We should go and deepen it, make it fucked, make it look like when the first thing a new player is gonna see is the absolute complete fucking destruction. That's what I think.
Okay, Danny has been saying boring, boring, boring in the debate questions chat. I would like him to
I
respond
would
right now.
love to. All right, so the definition of like a spawn incursion is when a large community joins like our server, right?
I mean,
Rob.
Right.
kinda.
That's
I mean,
been
however,
different in
whatever you
6A,
say.
6K.
Yeah.
That isn't the case in 6A, 6K. It may be the case in 2B, 2T, but it's
All
never
right,
been like
so what
that
is it?
here.
What is it then? What do you
Due
mean?
to our lack of like active players throughout the years, I don't think that it entirely conforms to the idea of a player influx. Despite the
If-
fact of us being in like a larger period of time for players at the moment, Spawn is
The
always
whole goal, the whole goal is to bring players to 6A. We don't want them to leave. So,
Mhm.
like to do like a spawn incursion to like get people to get new players to leave doesn't seem very smart.
It doesn't
Well-
necessarily have to be about forcing new players out.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just about the
We
destruction of
want
Spawn.
them to
It's
stay.
just getting people to
'cause we're
spawn.
not- we're not-
And then we could add on to that with the new player foundation by recruiting new players
Yeah.
to work for producing kits
Yeah.
to build
Like,
withers and stuff.
we
And
can
not just that.
Well-
Not just that. Go ahead, Jay.
we'll be destroying spawn, sure, yes, but any new players that we come across with, we will be recruiting them. That's what I'm thinking, at least.
Yeah, like one of the things I said is we'll be handing out kits, and not only that, we will also be probably repairing the highways because we also need the highways to get out of spawn, and the new players are
Mhm.
going to use that too. It is not going to be about keeping the new players out. It's going to be about the statement. The spawn in 686K hasn't been griefed historically to keep people out. It's never been the case. It's been griefed because it's about the statement. It's because we
Finding
can,
something
and
to
we
do.
should. Yeah, exactly. It's never been because, oh yeah, oh, we want to keep people out. It's always been because we can and we should. We have the power to do so. So why shouldn't we? Why
can
shouldn't we
and
do it
we
together?
will.
Yeah.
The statement is that we as a community at 686K has always been smaller than all the other anarchy servers all through our lifespan. And we have showcased that we still are comparable to those bigger servers from what we're able to accomplish as a community.
Puzza asks, will we bring war to 6A6K?
I think it's kind of inevitable if we end up starting a big event, honestly.
Yeah.
Someone is going to disagree with us.
Somebody will disagree, most definitely.
100%.
Yeah. I think that's not like, oh, we bring war. I think war is going to be a cause.
Yeah.
What is, yeah.
I don't want to push war to happen.
Yeah, I think pushing war is kind of cringe, honestly.
Yeah.
But like reacting and then coming out on top, that is like
That
what I
that's
think is, yeah.
I think that's
Hydro,
kind of
I would
what
like to.
oh,
I think what you're gonna say is right after the Demon War, we actually agreed that at the end it was actually entirely fun, even though it was staged.
it was
Like, it's
Yeah,
fun.
not a
no,
lot
it
of
was
creativity.
fun.
It-
It was fun,
it
but
was-
that's the thing.
Okay,
it
here's the
wasn't-
thing.
Go ahead, Jay.
While it was staged, in my mind, like Nedril back then was kind of feared within the community. Like I was always paranoid about Nedril just being around. He had all the gear, all the gapples, he had everything. Like it was a rare moment where where having just a few kits of armor made you like the biggest MVP of the server, and I feel like that's what kind of motivated this war. Basically, he was the big powerful guy of
Yeah.
the server, and we wanted to eradicate him.
It's not just also that, like, the war itself wasn't staged. Like, we staged basically everything behind Netheril's back. You know, he did it for fun, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the war itself didn't happen because we all sat down and were like, hey, guys, you want to do war? It was because Nedril decided to go crazy with it, and we reacted to it. You know, at the end of the day, it was a reaction from us. He started it. Just like I said, I don't think we're going to be starting any wars, but if war happens as a reaction to what we're doing, we're obviously going to react, and it is going to be fun. But in my opinion, I am not the type of person that starts wars. I've been here, well, I've stayed away for 2 years, but during the time that I was here, not only in 686K, but before 686K even existed in Anarchek and in 0B0T in 2016, I never started any wars. And I've always been a member of the community in fucking every one of those servers. So, you know, I never started a war before. I don't intend to start a war now. But if people want to poke the hornet's nest, I'm not going to just stay in there, you know, and take it.
Okay, I think we're running pretty late, so I think we want to have to do one last question if that's okay with everyone.
Sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So,
Yeah. Go for
if
it.
you're elected, how long do you think 6A6K will have to last? And if you're elected, how much longer do you think you can prolong 6A6K being around?
All right,
And by doing how? By doing what?
666K will be. I hope that 666K will live further than its 10-year anniversary. I will
I
always
hope
hold
that.
my own personal donations to the server. I can plan to keep my subscription to 6A for as long as I can. The only time I will ever take out my subscription will be if I am like on the verge of bankruptcy.
When I get on my own terms and stuff, when I'm living on my own and stuff, I will probably be um um putting aside like a small amount of cash just dedicated to the server being alive, because to be honest with you, this server means a whole lot more to me than I think a lot of people would assume. It's like basically kind of have to end it here, but go ahead, Hydro.
I will say something a bit bold, honestly, but I believe 6A6K has the potential to kind of outlive 2B2T, honestly. Because 2B2T has been around since the days that Minecraft was very, very finicky, you know, and it's God, every week it feels like it's nearing the end of its lifespan, you know. And once it dies, 666K is not gonna die. The community has always been loyal to it. You know, probably just as loyal or even more loyal than 2B2T's early community used to be. You know, if 2B2T ever dies, the community of 666K is not gonna suffer from it. You know, which
If anything, we would improve from the influx of players.
yeah, exactly. And the thing is, due to the fact that we were kind of late to the party, we caught on some updates that basically mean 666K is a lot more stable than 2B2T. So you know, what can we do to improve the lifespan of the potential lifespan of the server is one of the things I've been touching on, not just now, because you know I've always been a very, very, very a big history nerd in the server, which is one of the reasons I asked Jay, "Hey Jay, do you want to be my VP?" That shit's
Yeah.
you know always been with me. Is we should preserve the server history, because if the server lasts for 15 years, 20 years, I don't fucking know how long it's gonna last. But one thing is for sure, a lot of 2B2T early history is completely fucking lost because no one gave a shit about preserving it. Okay? And we're still early on. We're 6 years old. Okay? It's basically it's basically our duty to preserve the fucking history of the server. Because hey, if we end up living for 5 more years, 6 more years, we can be sure that people in the 6A6K 10th or 11th anniversary are going to look back and know what happened in the early days of the server. Today, a couple of years ago, whenever they want to know, okay, they're going to know who Jay was, they're going to know who Nedra was, they're going to know who fucking TikTok one was, okay?
Oh my gosh, TikTok
Yeah,
one,
they
my
should
man.
know. They should know who those people were, but a lot of people don't. Okay, and I agree
remember.
with Sas on this. So, yeah, that's my take on it.
Oh my gosh, bringing up TikTok one, my man,
Yeah.
my original homie. Damn.
History on 666K has always been a core part of our culture, right? What was a single thing that brought everybody in the community together? It would be Jay's videos. Literally, more
This is
than
true.
events
Yeah.
have, more than wars have. I wouldn't say wars. I wouldn't go that far, but Jay's videos and talking about 686K history has brought everybody together, regardless of the group. It's made Nedril like talk normally one time. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right.
Yeah, one
Which is
of the
crazy.
That was weird.
one of the few times Nedra talked in VC
That was very
because
strange.
yeah, Yeah, it was a bit strange. We're all hanging on VC and discussing history and wars and shit like that. Yeah.
I believe that the second or third priority should be preserving history.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say that it's our first priority because we should always be focused on moving the server forward
Yeah.
and making new history. But
Mhm.
also, why it's the third priority? Because we want to preserve history as we go, so we're not left in the dust.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Is that everything?
Can you give me a refresher on the question? I want to give the most accurate response that I can.
Sure. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, how much longer do you think 686K will last, and what will you do to help improve the longevity of the server based on its current trajectory?
Me and my VP Slash have brought lots of chaos to 686K for a very long time. We will continue to make the server entertaining. And if you want entertainment, vote for me, you know. And once I grow older, I will also be donating to 66K. I just currently don't have the money to. And I honestly think that 66K can last for like another 10 years at least. Like, we have such a great community, and if we continue to educate new players on the server history, I think that they'll stay and realize how good of a server this is. Arguably, 66K has better history than 2BTT. And I would like to end on that.
Based. Nice.
I just want to say my first ever transaction online was an $8 donation to 686K. My first ever
Wow.
one. They only gave me the money. I sent it back to TFK.
Damn.
Damn.
Base.
Based. Wow.
I believe that's it.
Okay,
Thank you,
then.
everyone.
Of course.
Time for everybody to debate now. Sending in
God.
everyone.
Remember to vote Nedril.
Vote Hydro.
Oh, thank you
Yeah, the
very
only guy
much.
that's not here.
Vote Hydro
He's our
and Jay.
mascot.
Netro's
Okay, I
the
guess
mascot.
everyone's freaking coming in now.
We're gonna have people walking around the 686K
Debate.
football
It's
field
time
in
for
Nedril
debate.
costumes.
Oh God.
What's up, fellas?
What
What's
is
up?
this?
What's
finale?
up, guys?
Even failers.
What?
You want entertainment? Vote for me.
Jay, just end it now.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cock and balls.
Shit, how do I end this? Shit.
Generals.
Mic up, brother. Mic up.
I don't know how to end this.
Mic up,
You don't
brother.
know how to end it?
Delete the channel. Delete the channel.
Yes.
Deleting.
Delete the whole
Oh wait, I found it.